Welcome in, everybody. 5280 Sports Network. I'm Jake Marsing. This tall drink of water right here is Ryan Green. We're out here at Broncos training camp at the UC Health Training Center. Ryan, there was another color jersey out here today.
Yes, for us media members, it was great. Practice has been getting just a tad bit boring, seeing guys in hats play touch football. So it was just good for pretty much everyone in attendance, for fans, for players, for media. It was just good to see as close to game-like atmosphere as you're going to get.
Yesterday, my notebook had about 2 things in it. Today, it had about 4 pages worth of stuff.
Sounds about right.
So we've actually got stuff to talk about today. First and foremost, when teams get together a little bit, things are going to get a little bit chippy, and we saw that out here today.
We saw that when James Ferentz gets on a field. Things get chippy.
James Ferentz always seems to be in the middle of these things. And players were getting asked about him today, and even Demaryius Thomas says, yeah, that guy always likes to get himself in the middle of those scraps.
It's sometimes it's kind of good for the team. I bet Bill Romanowski was kind of the same way back in the day.
Yeah.
It's just, but with 2 hours out here in the heat, going up against, you're not even moving down the field. You're at one spot just hitting. It was gonna happen. I think it was more if than when.
And it makes things more fun, certainly for the quarterbacks who get to partake. We saw some good stuff out of the quarterbacks today. Trevor Siemian with a long touchdown pass to Emmanuel Sanders. Mark Sanchez had an okay day. Paxton Lynch looked good at times. As we go through camp, I think you're really starting to see one guy stand out, though, and that is Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, as shocking as that would be, and I truly think the Broncos wanted Sanchez to take the job, or at least Paxton to show that he could have been a viable candidate, but credit where credit is due. Siemian is earning the playing time he's getting, and I wouldn't be surprised if they rolled him out with the ones on Saturday.
Now, the other piece of Broncos news that we got yesterday, the announcement that the Pro Football Hall of Fame subcommittee for contributors had not selected Pat Bowlen, choosing instead to nominate Jerry Jones and former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. Now, there were a lot of players, and Coach Kubiak gave reaction to that today. Kubiak saying that, in his opinion, Pat Bowlen is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
It feels like Festivus for Broncos fans today because there's a lot of airing of grievances.
Yes.
I get it. Jerry Jones has the name. He bought America's team. I get the point, but if you're looking at just better owners, and I'll always go back to this fact, since Pat Bowlen took over, he's had more Super Bowl appearances than losing seasons. That just can't be ignored. He helped get the NFL Network started. He's done so much for the league, and it just shows. And I was one of those people that thought, you know what, maybe the Denver Broncos bias doesn't exist. After this, I'm truly starting to kind of feel that way.
It absolutely continues to be a problem for the Broncos. And Peter King, a guy who is on that committee, even came out and said Pat Bowlen would have been a much easier sell to the general public than Jerry Jones was. So, we'll see.
Then sell him. Like, come on.
It'll have to be another year before Pat Bowlen is up for nomination for the Hall of Fame. Some other things out here today. Last day for the fans to come out to Broncos training camp. Really good crowd on the hill today, and they saw a pretty interesting practice.
Very spirited crowd. Even when it was, it was Broncos offense against 49ers defense, Broncos defense against 49ers offense, they were cheering. They were going defense, defense, and that was, that's something we haven't seen. And I thought even during 7-on-7 one-on-one drills with, DBs and wide receivers, they were cheering very loudly.
Some news and notes. Derek Wolfe rolls an ankle, is taken off the field by trainers. That doesn't appear to be super serious, but we'll keep an eye on it for sure, because that would be a huge blow to this defensive line that's already struggling with depth if they were to lose Derek Wolfe. So we'll keep it right here. We'll keep our ear to the ground. 5280sportsnetwork.com. For Ryan Green, I'm Jake Marsing.